Hello, I'm Jake Matthews, the online editor of HR Grapevine, and today I'm with Rob Walker, Head of HR Shared Services at Mencap. Rob,
Hiya.
Could you tell me what the challenges are of recruiting for a charity?
I would say that the challenges of recruiting for charity probably aren't that different to those challenges that are experienced by any in-house recruitment function within any environment. Especially with regards to that we've got UK full employment at this moment in time. There's a limited availability of real good talent that everyone's actually trying to seek and source. We're all playing that game with regards to trying to make sure that we've got the right types of people with the right fit for your organisation. And I would say that if there's anything that's really uniquely with regards to maybe the charitable sector, is that you're always going to have that difficulty when you look at salary comparisons. Traditionally, the charitable sector, including Mencap itself, we're never going to be at the top level of what you would anticipate for that role. But one of the things that does make it more appealing for someone to actually think, do you know what, I'd like to work for an organisation like Mencap, is that we have a robust evaluation process in place that ensures that the person is paid appropriately for the role that they're doing. But what we do have in place is the ability in which to do far much more than you would anticipate within the scope of that role ordinarily. So you get the opportunity in which to be able to work within other areas, have a greater level of influence, have a greater level of understanding, plus you get involved in an awful lot of things that you would think that you would have access to within a campaigning organisation such as Mencap. So we do have probably no different challenges as compared to our other places, but it was going to be, if anything, it's probably going to be that ability in which to be able to pay high salaries for the expectation of that role, but it's what we can offer that's in addition to. So it's those value added aspects of roles.
So how does this link into your wider HR operation?
If you take it outside of just what I'm immediately responsible for, which is that employee life cycle, the attraction, the selection, the entire recruitment part, the people function within Mencap is part of a greater enabling team. So what we do is we provide and help put together the strategy that's going to help deliver the organisational strategy of Mencap itself. So we have the big plan, which identifies really quite clearly what it is that we hope to achieve over a fixed period of time, and what people and finance and other areas of the enabling teams have done is we look at trying to plan in a longer term so that we can actually support those moving forward. In terms of strategy itself, how does strategy sort of like differ within Mencap to elsewhere that I've worked? It has to be an awful lot more focused. You have to have a really strong understanding on what it is that you're hoping to achieve, what's going to be the outcome, what's going to be the impact, and really maximise upon your return on investment, because our investment factors are relatively small. So if you look at something like a HRIS system, ordinarily when it goes out to tender and you're looking at that tender process in which to try and see what it is you're going to get back, it goes past just through that scoring process. You're looking, what other things can you get out of that system that you wouldn't necessarily get elsewhere? Where will it interact really cleanly with other IT systems that we're using? How clean will it interact with things like our payroll system? So you're really looking for that value added aspect all the time. You have to be really quite creative and innovative to make sure that what it is that you're getting is genuine value for money. And when it comes to strategy as well, we don't look at anything necessarily that's just always short term. That's our business as usual. That's our reactionary mode. Our focused business strategy at this moment in time in terms of people itself is focused all the way out to 5 years out. And we really try and put a plan in place that's going to enable the business of Mencap itself, to be able to achieve those goals as we move outwards.
So what can other non-charity HR departments learn from HR at Mencap?
I would say one of the biggest challenges that I've had when I came here, because I'd never worked in the third sector or the charity sector before I came to Mencap, is that you have very limited funds in which to be able to put into place anything that you know is going to be of benefit of your employees, benefit of the organisation, help the organisation get to where it is that it needs to be. So you have to really ensure that your return on investment is maximised to the absolute hilt. We don't have the space or the opportunity in which to have abortive programs. We can't start something just because we feel as if it feels like the right thing to do. We have to really put a lot of focus and thought into whether or not the strategy that we intend to put together, what it's going to deliver, and what's going to be that true value added aspect from it. There is just no opportunity for wastage. The other thing is as well is I would suppose that at Mencap the HR team get the opportunity to be involved in other areas that are far outside of their ordinary scope and remit. So it's really taking advantage of skill sets that you've got within your team, looking at where you can use them in other areas of the business in which to be able to provide genuine value. And that's another thing that we've been able to really enjoy. Within Mencap, HR isn't just a function, it's something that's an integral part of the business that's really trying to help Mencap as an organisation move forward in which to be able to achieve its overall organisational operational goals.
Thank you for your time, Rob.
Thank you very much for coming to visit us at Mencap, and I hope you've enjoyed your day, but thank you for coming.
Cheers.